What's up, guys? It's Carlos from Daily Carry Solutions. I'm here at SHOT Show 2022 with Eric from the Outer Limitless YouTube channel and the folks here at Dry Fire Mag LLC. This is Stan. Stan the man is going to go ahead and show us some of the really cool stuff that they have here at SHOT Show 22. Given that everything, I mean, price-wise for ammo has gone up so much, I mean, since the pandemic, I think that something like what Dry Fire Mag offers is something that people really need to know more of. I know a couple of people who have talked about it, which is what gravitated me towards this group, but I personally don't know too much about it, and I think it's something that I can go ahead and add to my EDC routine. So let's go ahead and talk about it.
Okay.
I guess it's kind of a convince me moment.
Okay, so the Dry Fire Mag is basically looks like a magazine, and it has a mechanism inside that snaps and resets, and what that does, it allows the trigger to feel like it's releasing the firing pin and then resetting. There's a lot of advantages in this, like Carlos was saying about the price of ammunition, but anybody that understands dry fire practice knows that whenever you fire with dry fire practice, you have to rack the slide to reset the firing pin so you can get a second trigger pull. And so you're constantly having to take your hand off, rack the slide, and what happens there is you lose your sight picture, you're not able to practice the double taps, you can't shoot and practice the way you're going to shoot. So with the Dry Fire Mag, now you can do the double taps. And everybody knows 2 to center mass, 1 to the head, 2 to center mass, 1 to the head. Well, you can't do that if you're having to rack the slide. And that's what happens. Everybody that stops here, they say, I'm glad you stopped me, because now they have the capability of doing the repetitive shooting without racking the slide. So it saves ammunition, it saves bad muscle memory, and people can shoot and practice the way they're supposed to. Because whenever you get into a stressful situation, you're supposed to drop back to your training. And when you drop back to your training, if you've been racking your slide, you're going to lose your sight picture, you can't get your double taps in, and half your ammunition is going to end up on the ground.
I think you touched up on a lot of really good, important points. One thing that I think that people don't get enough of, even when they do receive training, I just don't think that the average Joe, I mean, myself included, I could always use a little bit more training with my firearms. And typically, you know, the average firearm owner in the United States owns more than one firearm. So to be able to have this type of system that has magazines that are available for a lot of the platforms that are very prevalent in the concealed carry, and just the firearm community today makes it great to be able to go ahead and get up, holster your firearm, fire off the holster, you know, like as if it's a concealed carry situation, or even if you're at, you know, when you're used to something that's more range training, do something a little bit more dynamic, like you said, practicing the, you know, to the chest, 1 to the head, to the chest, 1 to the head, and then boom, right back. So I think that this is really cool. I myself, I have a SIG P320 compact, so that's actually what, you know, brought me back to here, and just seeing how easily it works. It actually inserts just like your standard mag. Rack it. Good to go. Feel that nice audible reset, and just keep going and do your drills. I think that's really cool to have.
And you know, one of the major statistics about firearm actual use is in the home with an invader. And so what the person can do is, of course, beforehand, is to take their firearm and go around and practice clearing the rooms in their house. There's no harm to the children. There's no harm to the animals. The dogs might get a little upset, but other than that, you're practicing in the setting where you're probably going to use it.
I think that that's a really great point that you're giving me. I mean, I really think that this is something I'm going to go ahead and add to my routine. I mean, like I said before, given that the cost of ammo has really risen, you know, I guess you can call it, you know, as a result of the administration, or even just the fact that, you know, the pandemic and logistics, you know, production just isn't the same as it was before. You know, having something like this is just a small investment, not only in making sure that that ammo stays just as precious where it needs to be, but it allows you to be able to go ahead and get your dry fire practice anytime, anywhere, you know, and not have to hear those loud booms, but still get those reps in, like you said, with the muscle memory.
You know, lead is the 3rd precious metal.
There you go. and I mean, and it's great for the environment too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so now if I wanted to find out some more information on some of the other firearms that would accept this, like say for example, for concealed carry, I have a Glock 43
Right.
for some of the the hotter times.
Right.
And then I also use a Glock 43X, maybe the Glock 48, that sort of thing. You know, being in Georgia, Glock is really big over there.
Yeah.
Where can I find out some more information about that?
Well, our website is dryfiremag.com, and we've got videos, we've got all kinds of explanations, training videos on there, and so just go to the website. It's the best place to go.
Fantastic.
And we answer the phone when people call. You don't get this thing. Well, listen closely because our menu, it's always grits and chicken. Our menu's always the same.
Okay.
So
nice and simple.
Yep, nice and simple. Somebody answers the phone.
Speaking of simple, okay, it seems too good to be true, but how long does something like this typically last a user when they go ahead and really put those reps in?
Well, the mechanism inside, one of our techs, he set up a machine that would tick, 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 tick. He got up to over 900,000 reps.
Wow, okay.
And he tweaked it a little bit and it broke. So please get one and wear it out and let us know how many shots you got.
No, that's great to know because I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
keep in mind, like anything, like even with getting a firearm, it's an investment.
Yes.
And I think something like this, especially in times like this now,
Right.
where people might see it and be like, well, it may be a bit more of a waste as far as, spending my money in an actual investment in my training. Something like this, obviously, with that many reps that you can put in,
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, it's worth every penny.
Right. And one of the questions we also get is, will it hurt my pistol? Well, the dry fire mag functions below the actual slide. So there is no release of the firing pin, there's no wear and tear on the firing pin. Everything is down inside where the trigger mechanism is. And the material of the dry fire mag is softer than the metal in the parts in the pistol. So this is going to wear first if there's any wear.
So you're not going to see, any excess wear on the firing pin
No.
or any of the internals of the firearm because of the way that this has actually been
Right,
designed inside.
exactly.
It's good to know. Okay, cool. Stan, I mean, it's been a pleasure coming by. It was kind of unexpected. I walked by, I saw Dry Fire Mag, and I honestly was curious about it. So thank you for taking a moment to go ahead and talk about this.
You're welcome.
I think you might have yourself a customer.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll be able to get a couple more with this video.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, have yourself a great SHOT Show.
Okay, thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
All right, great.
So not only is there the standard mag, but there's a laser version. Is that what we're here to see?
That's correct. This week is the unveiling of the dry fire mag with the smart functionality. We're super excited to share this. We've been working on this for over a year. It's the reason for the delay on many of our other products. So the difference between this and the standard dry fire mag, we've added some electronic guts to this. It's got Bluetooth enabled functionality. It's functioning with an LED output that runs the laser instead of a striker-based system. So I'll go ahead and open up and show you guys the laser itself. Pull it out here. So this is all you have to do to get your system going with a laser with the dry fire mag setup. So I'll point this down at the table here so you can see the laser output. I'm going to pull the actuator on the lever. That sends the signal out from the LED on the mag to the receiving end on the cartridge, and then outputting the laser to the table. This bypasses the striker setup in your pistol, preventing extra wear and tear on your pistol, and enables you to do multiple laser repetitions without having to rack the slide.
I think that's pretty interesting. I've actually used some dry fire systems in the past, and obviously where you're actually physically hitting the striker against the laser and other, cartridge-based systems, this does definitely have that advantage where you're going to reduce potential wear.
Yes, yes. And you're not having to rack the slide, building up training scars. Obviously, with our legacy product, this is just icing on the cake with what we started 10 years ago.
Yeah, I got to be honest, that is kind of a deal breaker with some of those other systems. It is just, it turns me off to have to rack that slide.
Yes,
so
yes.
This definitely has that advantage.
Yes. So with ours, we offer an app to let you not only keep track of the lifetime trigger presses that you put into your mag, but you can also alter some of its functionality.
Oh, wow.
If you wanted to change it from unlimited laser presses, you could calibrate your mag to output say 10, 15 rounds, whatever your magazine actually carries in it. And then that would force you to do a reload.
Oh, wow.
We have a sensor on the back here, this little toggle switch. When you flip that, that lets it know when it's in the magazine, and when you pull it out, it knows it's coming out of the magazine. So that will refresh it. As you insert it, it will refresh the round count in your magazine. So you can imagine if you had multiple mags, this is great. You could start doing reload drills.
Right.
If I may, I'll go ahead and pull this out and show you real quick. See, I had a magazine pouch here. I do X amount of shots. I strip my mag, reload, and I'm continuing to output laser fire. So whatever your app of preference, this unlocked a whole bunch of doors for training potential.
So with that said, when you're sort of through your round count, it literally stops firing the laser?
Yes, it stops projecting the laser, and if you're synchronized with the Dry Fire Mag app, it'll give you a beep signal, let you know you're out of rounds, you need to reload.
So talk to me real quick about the app and what kind of different programming and scenarios do you have built into that app?
We have none ourselves. We haven't built any actual camera tracking apps. We've tested ours with all the popular systems, Mantis, Laser Hit, Strikeman, G-Sight, iTarget, and it works great with all of those.
Fantastic.
Yes. So we have a couple set up here. This one is the Laser Hit system. They make a great product. Theirs is probably one of the best as far as rapid fire receiving systems for lasers.
Yep.
And so we like that so we can put rounds downrange quickly and get a registered hit.
Now, for the people that are watching, you're using essentially a smartphone as the sensor,
Yes.
and then you have a standard target set up, and it's able to interpolate the shots.
Yes, the companies Laser Hit, Mantis, etc. You can download their apps for free on the Android store or the iOS stores, and so you don't have to pay anything extra. You can print any target off the internet, go to Google, download a bullseye and print it, and you're off to go. You're good to go just off of doing that. So there's no extra expense in getting set up with a quality system.
All right, well, let's give it a try.
Sure. All right.
So talk me through this real quick. I mean, is this set up? It's fully loaded, ready to go? Do we have to swap out the mag, or where are we at status-wise? How do I know how many rounds are in here?
These should all be set to unlimited for now. We can change that at whatever point, but for the show and for simplicity's sake, we have them set to unlimited. So go ahead and insert the mag.
All right. So this is technically turned on?
Yes.
Is that the indicator light that we're seeing
That's
there?
our Bluetooth on indicator when it's glowing orange out the bottom. Slam it in there, it can take it.
Okay,
Good.
got it.
Now let's test a couple rounds, point at the table, and see if we can register the
And now I
round.
don't have to rack it the first time,
No
it's
need
ready
to
to
rack.
go. All right, so test shot here.
Here, let's see. It's possible that the laser got jostled loose. Let me wiggle that back real quick. Pull that back in. There we go. Now you're awake.
Okay.
All right, shadow system's ready to go. I'll go ahead and reset the app for you. I'll hit the guy right there, and it'll give you a prompt. When you see that say, go ahead and give you 10 shots on the center. It'll give you a red screen once it's completed. Perfect.
Nice. Now, is this going to track my score? It's using the app that comes with it, so whatever the programming is in the app, it's doing the whole same thing.
Depending on the respective program, they'll have different objectives, different things timed in. I like the laser hit app though because it not only tracks your time from when it says go, but it shows you your overlap of your hits. So if you go, punch right over the same hole you punched before, it's giving you that credit,
Nice.
which is pretty cool. So you just got 4 out of 10 that were overlapped. And that was awesome.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's
Fantastic.
That's a great time for a first
really
try.
cool. I like that. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for coming by, man.
Yeah.